All right, so Jurassic World Rebirth just came out, and I was lucky enough to see this movie early by like 2 weeks. There was a Monday mystery movie at Regal, and it happened to be that one. And full disclosure, this is the first Jurassic World or park movie I've ever watched. So jumping into the franchise, I thought that this one was like a lot of fun. Like it's very similar to Kong Skull Island of like, Ayo, there's this place that no one should go to and people will die if you go there. But we're gonna get a crew together and we're gonna go and then we gonna like kind of like fight some monsters, basically. The setup here is Scarlett Johansson, Mahershala Ali, and then Jonathan Bailey. They're tasked with going to the equator where all the dinosaurs now live and then getting three different samples from three different dinosaurs. And these blood samples can help heal humanity and stop heart diseases and save the world or whatever for some big health corporation. And basically, they're like, all right, we need to get one from a water dinosaur, a land dinosaur, and an air dinosaur. So we have like three like interesting kind of like dinosaur interactions that are super fun. The first one's in the ocean and it's on a ship and they got to shoot this like moving like sea serpent. And in concept, it was a super super simple scene. It's like we just need to shoot this dinosaur and it just needs to draw blood for like 10 seconds and then we're good. And then the bullet is attached to this rocket that will like shoot up after it's filled and then like have a parachute so it can like safely float down and they can collect it later. And it was very basic. They're just chasing this dinosaur and then trying to shoot it. But it was done so well and like they do very well with establishing the geography and the space of the ship that they're on in relation to the dinosaur. So we know exactly how things are moving. We know where each person of the crew is stationed where, and each different character has a very small little role to play, whether that's like driving the ship or calling out directions or hooking someone down to the post so that they can shoot the thing. But I think something that Jurassic World Rebirth does well is like it gives us reason for why each of the crew needs to be there. I feel like for a lot of these types of movies where we're going on an adventure to like some crazy new place, it's just like, oh, like we have our cast because we need to have 4 or 5 people here to kind of interact with each other, or for someone to like be a sounding board to talk off of to like get exposition out. But it very much felt like the crew here was like an actual crew. Then there's like the one where they go and steal the eggs from the flying raptors that you have probably seen in all the trailers. And that was exciting because these guys hanging on ropes like thousands of feet from the air. It's a lot of peril and action and interesting, fun stuff. But the one that I really enjoyed was the one on land with these like I think big apatosauruses. I don't really know what they are, but here there's just no action sequence. It's they trudge through this tall grass and then they find these dinosaurs and they see two dinosaurs kind of embracing each other and just seeing the absolute magnitude and size of these dinosaurs. And you just see this gigantic, ginormous dinosaur hugging another one. And they're so peaceful and they're huge behemoths of creation. And the crew is just in awe and wonder. And like the music swells and you just get to see the magnitude of it. And I think that's something that I liked. Like this movie took time to stop and pause and remember the awe and wonder of dinosaurs and how big and crazy and cool and fantastical they are, and seeing how amazing creation is. I also just thought like the human characters were really interesting. Like one of the first conversations in the movie is between Scarlett Johansson and Mahershala Ali's character, and the way that they talk, it feels like they've been old friends, but also like that they haven't seen each other in a while and in a long time. And like I feel like a lot of times you have those conversations between seasoned veterans, whether that's in like Fast and Furious or superhero movies or spy movies or whatever, where they're like, oh, like this job, it takes a toll on us, but you know, we're gonna keep fighting and doing the right thing. And a lot of times that just comes off as hollow of like, oh, that's the thing that they're supposed to do. But I think one, the script in the way that like they leave certain things unsaid and leave silence to fill in the gaps, and also just the acting of two amazing actors, Scarlett Johansson and Mahershala Ali, like you feel a real humanity there. And there's also this like joking nature between the crew that's very dry and goofy and sarcastic that I feel like is very fun, and like it feels more realistic than like the general like quips of like a more typical action movie. And usually in these big dinosaur or monster movies, the human characters are boring, they're just in the way, and like we don't really care about the emotional stakes. But there are a good like 7 to 8 to 9 characters that I felt like, oh, I generally kind of like know what they're about and I like them and they're endearing, so like I want to root for them. And there's just like fun interactions in between them. So I just feel like the human characters were fun and actually interesting and people that I kind of cared about. But I think probably the best thing that I think this movie did was having a regular family there, which usually I feel like turns out to be like the Joss Whedon thing where like you put like a regular person there that you have to save and that you kind of follow throughout the movie so you have a great emotional attachment. So it gives the hero someone a tangible face and a person that we know to save. But here, this regular family, like they are main players of the movie. And I think like juxtaposing this super talented crew that is filled with experts on what they do with just like this regular random family of a dad and some kids, it puts into perspective how crazy everything is. And it also paints the crew as not just like the fully good guys, because like this regular family, they like decide to straight up dip. They get rescued by the group and they're like, we don't want to be with you because you guys are doing some crazy stuff. And it didn't just feel like, oh, like this is the regular family that can't do anything and that can't hang or like slows people down or stuff. They felt like rootable characters. But I don't know. Generally, I feel like I liked it and I thought it was good and fun and enjoyable and nothing too crazy. But it was a good time.